Welcome back, everyone, to the Roman Show. And on the line, all the way from Canada, we have Mike Sitana, Polarity. Their latest EP, live off the floor at Jukasa Studio. It's available right now as we speak. They've been actually hitting the road, playing some of that music. But Mike, thanks so much for joining us here on the program now. So this is your fifth outing as far as the band together, putting some new music. But this time around, you did something different. You decided to put the new music, but you decided to record it live on the spot. And some of the videos are out right now, like for the single Circle. So tell me about that. And my thing is this. How many times did you have to record this, or did you just one shot? Are you that type of bands that are like, you know what, let's do it right now and let's get it over with?
So this was an interesting approach. So we went into the studio, and normally when we record, like traditionally in a studio, you would record each instrument layer by layer. So you'd go one song or one part where it's like, okay, fine, like you start with the drummer, then you go with the bass player, then you go with the guitar player, and it kind of goes in layers. Here, they literally just said, okay, click on, and then just go. So kind of just like the same day, same time, like as it was back in the day, you know, like the old-fashioned recording studios. But for any case, it's like, yeah, they decided to just hit it, like record. We did one, like I would say like a total of like 2 or 3 takes, and then we just choose like the best one, because that's the whole point of like just live off the floor. There was no editing, no mixing, no polishing done. It's just right off the bat. Because I know a few bands have been kind of doing that, like as of recent. So we decided to kind of just jump on the same ship, and we decided to, it captures the same live energy that we usually do, especially at our live shows.
So right on. So there's no double takes here. What you see is what you get. You guys recorded on the spot. They filmed you, and that's it. Let's go. So how the whole thing? How long did that take?
So interesting is because it takes a little bit of time, especially for the setup, in terms of the getting the lighting done and getting all the instruments together, and then like when we have like the video footage, like for the guy to kind of get his thing rolling. But other than that, it's just like you just go and shoot, and then just put all the shots together, and then we actually were able to do everything in on one day, because we had to do 3 songs. So. But it wasn't even necessarily like a full day. Like we came in the studio around like noon, like between 12 and 1, and then we were able to finish by the time it was like dinner time, like around 6. So
great. So Circles, that's one of the songs that you guys got out as you speak. So tell me a little bit about the lyrics behind it. You can tell some of the soft, some of the screaming in it behind it. So tell me a little bit about the history behind around it.
Sure, yeah. Okay, well, the first thing is to know about, especially our band. So since we've been together, like Jasmine and I, for example, our singer, we've been together for all these years, like since like I would say 2009. Our music is like a blend of like very heavy and then very light. So we wanted to encapsulate that, especially with Circle. So you have like your hard-hitting beats, and then your guitar riffs. And then it cuts to the clean vocals where she starts singing, and there's like, less distortion and a little bit more chimey, ambient kind of room in the guitar. So then we figure like, okay, so because it's supposed to be like, in terms of the lyrics, if I could speak for her, is that it's supposed to represent the constant circle that you're going back and forth in terms of a broken or toxic relationship. Where it's like, you ends up, whether you hating them or loving them, or you want to break up or you don't. So it ends up going in a non-linear like type of circle. So that was the whole thing that started to drive part of the songs, where it's like part of the good feelings of the song will be represented with the beautiful like light guitar, and then we change into the distorted heavy to encapsulate the the harsh emotions and feelings that you feel. That even makes any sense. So that's the way I interpret it.
So the album came back out in the summer, back in late August. What has been some of the reception from the crowds? Because you guys have hit the stage as well.
That's right. So we recorded just before we were able to hit the stage again after our first time in like 2 years because of the pandemic. We played a couple shows, like mainly locally, but we've been on the road, even though it was local. And we playing back-to-back shows, and especially like going to different provinces in Canada. And so far, the reception has been great. Like, everyone's been very loving and supportive, and they're just amazed and floored with the new album and the new with the new EP and the new songs. Especially since like we have like 2 brand new members in the band, right? So it's like because it's myself and Jasmine. We have our bass player Darren. He's been in there since 2019. But of course, we lost our guitar player and we lost our drummer over the course of the pandemic. So we were able to get new members. They bring fresh new energy, fresh new kind of chops and techniques into like some of the songs, and that's why people notice the difference. So in a way, it's weird. It's probably a lot of our fans, they see and they recognize us, but at the same time, they don't, because they see half the band is new. So it's been a very interesting kind of like new ride. But in terms of going back to the reception, they love the new members, they love the new music, they love the energy, and we're just kind of, this is our identity now. This is us, so we're just going to roll with it and see what happens.
So for those folks that are listening to you here for the first time and perhaps heard of the band for the first time, you know, I got a sense, and I'm going to paint the picture here, a little Paramore in there, a little bit of everything in the band itself. Yeah. But let me know here a little bit how you guys got together. You said 2009, so it's been some time already. But how have you kept the band together?
That's a very good question. So as I said before, I started mainly so Jasmine and I have been the original members in Polarity. We've had other band members, like other guitar players and drummers, but it's just been kind of like a constant revolving door of members here and there. Not necessarily nothing to do with bad situations. It's just that life happens. People just decide to do different things. I know our last guitar player decided he just wanted to do videography and shoot videos full time rather than being in a band. We're okay with that. Everything's cool. And then our last drummer, he quit just because he wanted to really focus on fitness training, and we all support them. We all still love our old and keep in touch with our old band members, so everything's still all good. But I guess the thing that kept us together is just, I guess, Jasmine and I have just been we just wanted to keep doing this because, we love the music. We're fans of our own music, and then we figure we pour our heart and our passion and our soul into this because this is something that it's definitely speaks to our heart, and it speaks to how we want to express who we are as individuals.
Yeah, Flyleaf was
we have fun. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Flyleaf was the other one that I get a little sense of, but of course for the more of the the screaming.
Oh yeah, actually. Probably more so with Flyleaf. Funny enough, Flyleaf's actually one of my favorite bands. I hope that they're hearing me because I really love them. Hopefully we can tour with them one day. But funny enough, it was when I first started the band, before I met Jasmine, our old guitar player, we were both talking at the time because we started listening to Flyleaf when they came out in 2007. And then we're yeah, I wish we could create a band like this, where it's rock oriented, and then it's we get a female singer like Lacey, who's amazing, one of the best singers I've ever heard in my life. So I was wondering maybe we should probably get a female singer. And lo and behold, after the second ad that we put out, it was a local ad at the time, and on the internet we found Jasmine online, and then she came in, and the rest is kind of history. And I was wow. This is cool.
That is crazy. All right, so I got to point you guys out. Who's a wrestling fan? There's a promo picture there with a Malachi Black shirt. Who's a wrestling fan?
Actually, it's both our drummer and our bass player. So, of course, the rhythm section. They both love wrestling, and in fact, Darren's also a part-time independent wrestler himself.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, Mike, I know. It's actually really interesting because, they're both into wrestling. But the funny part is, I myself, I've done a little bit of jiu-jitsu, but I myself, I'm heavily into martial arts as well. That's kind of my other passion other than music. And Darren, our bass player and our drummer, also train in martial arts as well. So nice. It's our drummer's very heavily influenced with Muay Thai, Muay Thai boxing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and then our bass player, he has a third degree brown belt, and I believe Goju Ryu karate and like jiu-jitsu. So, and right now I'm going for my black belt in Shotokan karate. So
Nice.
it's like, yeah.
Nice, man. Well, congrats on that. I'm a big fan of martial arts as well. So,
Awesome.
do a little Muay Thai myself, so I know exactly what the love there. So, looking forward to you guys. Maybe you guys coming to the States. Do you have any plans of coming out?
Oh, we love that. We totally love that. In fact, like at some point, like, you know, depending on like how everything works in terms of logistics and trying to get our visas across the border, like at some point in the next year or two, we definitely want to make a trip across the States, because we even have like a fan that lives in Dayton, Ohio. If he's listening, hey Derek. He's a really good buddy of ours, and he actually travels here and there up here to Canada just to see us play.
Nice.
So we're like, oh, that's awesome, yeah. And another shout out we have to this one guy named Rob Leland. Like, he's also really cool. We just recently met him online. We did like an interview like for him, like, and he lives in Seattle, so it's like, or the Seattle area. So it's like, whoa, that's so cool. We would love to go down to the States, and we even have like, I think one of Jasmine's cousins lives in Texas right now. So it's totally definitely on the list. We just have to figure out a lot of logistics, as you know, like with touring vans. So yeah, definitely on the cusp though.
Well, hopefully you could add in Florida. We'd love to have you down here and enjoy some of our wicked hot weather.
Nice. Yeah, you're from Miami, I believe, right?
Yeah, we're from Miami, so come
Nice.
here during the
I've always
winter
wanted to
time.
visit Miami.
Yeah, come during the winter time. You'll appreciate it.
Okay, nice. Yeah, actually, Jasmine, our singer, I think one time she did go to like an EDM festival that happened in Miami, and she said it was one of the best shows she's ever been to. So I'm like, yeah, I'm totally down.
Yeah.
The only thing I've ever been to in Florida is just Disneyland. Or sorry,
Disney World.
That was like,
Disney World.
Disney World. That was like 25 years ago.
Well, yeah, add it in there your winter time. You'll definitely appreciate it. Mike, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Again, hopefully you guys can make it down here.
it.
And everybody check out Polarity, available right now with their latest, as you speak right now, live off the floor of Jukasa Studio, available on your favorite streaming service.